Welcome to the Pilgrim Challenge 2024. My name is Neil Thubron, one of the owners of Extreme Energy, and I'm delighted to welcome you to the Pilgrim Challenge. Great way to kick off the year running 66 miles over 2 days along the beautiful North Downs. So, in this video, I'm going to go through the safety aspects of the event. I'm going to talk to you about what to expect at the event, so when you turn up you know what you're doing. And I just want to introduce you to the event as well. So our objectives with Extreme Energy are three things. We want to make our events challenging, we want them to be fun, and we want them to be safe. And the safety part is going to come towards the end of this video, so please listen all the way through. It's 66 miles, it's 2,400 meters of ascent. It's normally muddy, it's normally cold, it's normally wet, or it's freezing, or it's snowy. Why would you want to kick off the year doing that? But every year we have a fantastic event and it's fabulous to see so many of you there. I know many of you have run our events before and I want to thank you for keep coming back. It's great to see you. I know some of you will have done the Pilgrim Challenge every single year since we started it back in 2010. So welcome back to everybody. For those of you doing your first event with us, welcome. It's great to have you here and I hope that we create an amazing weekend for you. For anyone taking part in their first ultra, this is a brilliant first ultra to start with. It's a tough one, but you're going to love it and you're going to feel really special afterwards. And welcome to the ultra world. Please make sure you collect your first ultra certificate from Shannon, who's will be at the registration area and at the finish. I also know that many people use this event to get ready for the Marathon des Sables in April this year and get them ready for going off to the desert. And you're going to meet lots of fellow competitors at the event, so you can form your tent groups, you can start talking about it, you can spend hours and hours talking about the kit you're taking or not taking. And we've got Steve Dietrich, the Mr. MDS UK, is going to be speaking on Saturday night to answer any questions you might have about that event or any other multi-day event. This year we're going to have about 200 people entered in the event over the weekend. Roughly 40% ladies and 60% men. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Voom Hydration, My Race Kit, who will be there on Saturday evening as well with their pop-up shop, so please visit that, bring your credit cards along. Imperial Vehicles, who help provide the vehicles, and Chorus Watches. I also want to introduce the X Energy team, because it's going to be slightly different this year at the Pilgrim, because I won't be there. First one I've missed, so I'm going to actually be in the Pacific Ocean when the race is on. I'm doing a leg of the Clipper Round the World yacht race, and I'm sailing from Australia to China. But our race director is Ian Chappell. Ian, who many of you will know, is going to be in charge of the event, supported by Wyn, who's the course manager, Wyn Jones, and of course my wife Anna, who's going to be running the base camp along with Shannon, and we've got Alan on timings. So that's the management team who'll be looking after you at the event. So when you get to Sandy Farm on the Saturday morning, or when you get to Farnham Station, what can you expect? So anyone doing one day, please make sure you park at Farnham Station and our minibuses will shuttle you to the start. It's important you do that because the farm is locked up when we leave on Saturday morning and it's not open again till Sunday afternoon. So you can't get back to get your car out. So please park at Farnham Station. For those of you who are with us for the weekend, turn up at the farm, follow the instructions of the parking crew, and they'll tell you where to park and where registration is. Look for the big marquee. So there'll be a luggage truck there for you to put your bags on so that they can be transported to the day one finish, and on Sunday they'll be transported back to the marquee. You will have been sent a number and a welcome letter in advance. If you haven't received it, don't worry, just go to registration and they will sort out getting you another number or reissuing your number. But if you have got your number, or once you've got your number, then please just head to the timing table and pick up your timing tags from Alan and the team there, who will make sure you know exactly what you're doing with the timing system. We will have teas and coffees and so on in the marquee, so get yourself a hot drink, because knowing what it's like in February. In fact, funny enough, I'm recording this about 2 weeks before the event and it's snowing outside my window at the moment here in the Chilterns. Okay, let me tell you a bit about the ground. The ground is the North Downs Way. It's up and down, it's very hilly. all the way up until you get to Reigate, and then you come down off Reigate, down towards Redhill following our sign. So you're following the North Downs Way from the start all the way to the last few miles from the top above Reigate. You follow our big yellow arrows all the way down to the school. The ground is a mix of footpath, bridleways and some minor roads that you run along and you cross. And my guess is, in a couple of weeks' time, it's probably going to be usual pilgrim weather. It'll either be muddy and slippery and really hard going, or it'll be frozen solid. And maybe you may even get some snow, who knows. That certainly makes it a very special event. You'll have seen many pictures of the pilgrim in the snow. So weather. The weather, as I say, I don't know what it's going to be yet because I'm 2 weeks ahead of it. But whatever it's going to be in February, you're going to know you're going to need layers, you're going to need waterproofs, you're going to need windproofs, you're going to need hats and gloves. So make sure you're carrying everything you need to keep warm and you delayer as you go along. You know, the weather risks are the cold and making sure you don't get too cold, but also making sure you don't get too hot and get dehydrated. So, I know you're all experienced ultra runners and you're going to have to manage that as the day goes on. So it is a straight timed run. We will be doing starts from 8 o'clock. So 8 till 8:30 will be the walkers start. So that's anyone who is walking only. From 9 o'clock to 9:30, we will have walk runners start. So this is estimated one day or 33-mile finish time of 6 hours or more. Now, at the beginning of each one of these times, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and at 9:30, 9:30 to 10 o'clock will be the runners start. That's anyone who's going to be faster than 6 hours on the run. And we want all the faster runners going off together because then you've got a bit of a competition. And also the faster runners then overtaking the slower runners during the day, and that encourages people to, as they see people go past them. And it also gives the faster runners an encouragement. They're always out of the front all the time. So there will be a mini-mass start at 8 o'clock, at 9 o'clock and at 9:30, but you can start any time in those windows I just mentioned. And the details of this are all on the website. Start will be a race arch, and as you run through, your tag will flash, and as you go through each checkpoint, your tag will flash, and then when you get to the finish, you will tag in, and that means your time is finished. So let's tell you about the route information and hazards. Route markings. You are following the North Downs Way. Finger posts show the North Downs Way with a black acorn. There'll be circles with an acorn in the centre, plastic circles with North Downs Way written around them. You'll see NDW written in various places. We are going to put orange tape around the top of North Downs Way signs so it draws your attention to it. And we will put markings out where there are gaps in the North Downs Way markings. But we don't overmark it. We're not marking every single 100 metres. You will see some orange dots on the floor maybe as well where you're crossing roads and going in slightly different directions. But just keep an eye on the North Downs Way sign. You will see some of our X Energy arrows as well, which are A5 size with the black arrow that says X Energy on it. So just keep an eye on the North Downs Way signs. That's your primary. And it's a major route. So if you find yourself going off down a little trail through a load of undergrowth, that's probably not the North Downs Way. And most of the time it is following the ridge along. It is important if you have got a GPX watch or download the GPX onto your phone or go onto OS Maps and earmark the OS Maps. The links for all of these are on the web page. Even our markings are interfered with sometimes on the route, and also it's a busy route. So it's sometimes easy to miss signs. So if you've got a GPX file on your watch or you've got OS Map downloaded on your phone, you can always find out where you are. There are a couple of roads you're crossing which are quite busy. You're crossing lots of minor roads and you need to make sure you can see both ways and it's safe before you cross. But there are a couple of busy roads you're crossing, so please take care crossing those. There are islands in the middle, but make sure when you go to the island and then look again and then cross. When you get to Dorking after Denby's wine estate, it is very important you do not cross the dual carriageway there. If we see anyone crossing that, you will be disqualified from the race and taken out at the next checkpoint. When you hit the dual carriageway, you will turn, as you're going towards Reigate, you will turn left. And you run about a kilometre down, under an underpass, back the other side, and then a kilometre back. So it is important that you run following the correct route and do not try and cross the dual carriageway. There are other poor path users out there, horses, mountain bikes, dog walkers. Please be polite, courteous and cautious of them as well. It is going to be slippery. Routes are slippery. There are steps out there that are slippery. So just be careful when you're underfoot. If you see any livestock in the fields, not normally that many livestock around on this event, but if you do see livestock in the fields and they're right on the route, just go round them. Don't try and force your way through them. Any gates you open, please make sure you close, and be cautious on steep, slippery descents, and be cautious of any barbed wire that might be on the side that you're tempted to grab hold of as you slip. Please follow the country code and no littering. There are 4 checkpoints each day. Distances vary between 5 miles and 10 miles. You can get this detail on the website. For checkpoint 3 on day 1 and checkpoint 1 on day 2, it is slightly off the North Downs Way. So follow the arrows down to the checkpoint, register yourself at the checkpoint, then run back up. Don't just run past that checkpoint. We need to know that you've gone through it and we need to know you've registered. The process at each checkpoint is basically just head in, make sure your tag's flashed, grab some food and drink, make sure you're hydrating well and you're topping your water bottles up at the aid stations. Note that you need to bring your own collapsible cups for any drinks you want, please. We don't provide plastic cups anymore. There is tons of food and water and squash and coke at the aid stations. Supporters are encouraged not to come to the aid stations, basically because there's limited space, limited parking, and some of it is on private land. However, there are loads and loads of places you can go to on the route and cafes and so on, where you can go and watch the event. So it isn't necessary to come to a checkpoint, but so please encourage supporters not to come to aid stations. Okay, actions on safety. This is important. Injury. The medics will be out on the course and at the finish. There are 3 levels I want you to think about when you think about the medical procedure. The first one is try and get to a checkpoint. Let us know what the issue is and we will patch you up, we'll help you, we'll either take you off the course or we'll patch you up and kick you off so you can carry on to the next checkpoint. If you can't get to a checkpoint, tell someone else what's going on, give us a ring, let us know, and we will try and get to you, pick you up, recover you, whatever needs to happen. But make sure you're communicating and letting us know. If you see something serious, now this is level 3, if it's a serious instance, someone collapses, someone's knocked down, please dial 999 first, and they will then notify, the emergency services will then notify our medics, and we will work together to deal with the situation. Also, utilise what 3 words whenever you're doing these sort of communicating with us or communicating with the emergency services. It's a very powerful app. All the emergency services use it, so please make sure you've got that on your phone so you can use that. Okay, if you get lost, given all of that, and you're following the North Downs Way, and you're following the signage, and you're following your GPX, and you're still not sure you're on the right route, don't try and fix the problem. Go back to where you last saw the signage. Please don't try and make it up and think you know what you're doing. Just go back to where you last saw it. Talk to someone. The North Downs Way is a major route. Find the public, ask them. Use what 3 words. If you have to call us, call Win or call Ian, and they will guide you into where the North Downs Way is. Normally, if you've gone down, look up. The North Downs Way is probably above you. So the key thing is don't get lost. Pay attention. But if you do, don't make it worse. Go back to where you last knew where you were on the North Downs Way. If you have to withdraw at any time, please only withdraw at a checkpoint. Don't withdraw anywhere else because we will be looking for you if we haven't seen you at the next aid station. Okay, so when you get to the finish on day 1, please go through the finish arch. If you're finishing day 1 and you're just running day 1, grab a medal, grab a t-shirt, head in, grab teas and coffees. If you're staying overnight, find your bag, find a bed space, go and get a shower, and then we'll look after you. There's plenty of stuff going on in the school. If you're going to hotels, the minibuses will be driving you to hotels as quickly as we can when you get into the finish. If you're heading home, hang around as long as you like, cheer people in, and then head off when you're ready. There will be a big TV in the canteen area on Saturday night for the rugby that's going to be on in the afternoon. Evening meal will be around 6:30, and we have 2 speakers Saturday evening. David Byrne, who's a fantastic speaker, written a couple of books on ultra running, and really dry sense of humour when he's talking about ultra running, so I think you're going to enjoy that. And Steve Diederick, who I've already mentioned, who's Mr. MDS UK, he's going to be talking to you as well. So look, from me, I just want to wish you a fantastic event. We want you to enjoy it. We want you to have a fantastic time. I know the team are going to do an amazing job looking after you. Be careful and enjoy yourself. Thank you ever so much.